Today, I'll be covering the top 7 email mistakes that have cost me and my clients millions over the last few years. And I'll be showing you exactly how to fix those mistakes within this video. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I'll have a bonus tip on how to generate even more email revenue with your e-com brand. I'm Nikita from AspectAgency.com, and let's get into the video. So first things first, you're probably wondering, how have you lost millions of dollars? Well, not physically, but more so opportunity cost when not implementing the right email strategies at the right time. You know, some of us have to start somewhere, and unfortunately, when I first started out in email marketing, I made so many mistakes that, you know, when you add things up, your clients, yourself, you end up losing a lot of money for those clients and for yourself. So just to show you exactly how much losses we're actually talking about, let's take a brand, for example, here in this email calculator. A brand is doing $100,000 a month, and their current email revenue is at $10,000 a month, right? That's about 10% of their email revenue percentage to total revenue percentage. And their ideal monthly email revenue should look like $30,000 a month. Now, you know, these are good numbers, right? But when you take the ideal email revenue and you extrapolate it over a long period of time, for example, let's say that's $20,000 a month every month that's being missed out on every single month. When you add that all up for a whole year, that's almost $250,000, basically. Now, if you project 5% month over month growth, that's $330,000. Now, if you have 10% month over month growth and you're really growing as a brand, that's almost $500,000 lost in a whole year by making the same mistakes that I did. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 is email deliverability. This is by far the biggest and most important thing to fix in anything that has to do with email or SMS marketing. Simply put, the emails that you send out, if they're not getting delivered, you're basically talking to a brick wall. One of the best ways that you can analyze your deliverability is using a software called mail-tester.com. I use this personally for all of my emails that I send out with my newsletter, as well as everything that our clients do. It's just an easy litmus test to see exactly how your deliverability is. And on top of that, there's actually a deliverability cheat sheet that I'll link down in the description. But one of the main things that you want to look for is setting up an email canary, which is a few accounts that look over your email address and sees the deliverability rates through your emails. And again, I go over this in much more depth in my deliverability video, which is up here somewhere. I'll link to it. But you know, you want to have an email canary, you want to have a re-engagement flow set up, you want to make sure that your email size is optimized and under 100 kilobytes. You also want to use fewer code and less images and elements that may end up in spam or in the promotions inbox. You want to avoid using trigger words. So there's a link to this trigger words doc as well that you'd want to avoid in all of your emails. That's number 1, deliverability by all means. And again, that video is up there. Once you finish with this one, click on that video so that way you can get way better email deliverability. Number 2 is segmentation. I remember I made this mistake so much. I used to send to the entire email list hoping that we'd get revenue. Granted, it worked back in the day. Now the game's changed. You need to be better with your segmentation. And how do we get better with segmentation? Well, number 1, we want to see how our customers are engaging with our email list. Are they buying? Are they clicking? Are they opening? And here I have a brief example for you on my screen that goes over some of the segmentation that we implement for our clients. So first off, we want to look at whether or not they are part of, we need to create a master list first where all the contacts are being sorted into. Then we want to create a buyers list, so a list of all of our buyers that are also segmented based off of lifetime value, their gender, whether they're part of our monthly subscription, and whether or not they're a repeat customer. Then we'd also want to target our non-buyers list and also see how they're engaging with our emails. And lastly, having a suppressed list. Let me know if you'd want me to have a deeper video going over the segmentation side of things, because I know sometimes it can get a little bit boring looking at all these different conditionals. But for example, this is how cleaned up our email list is for one of our clients, mainly because we want to have a very organized system to access specific emails for our clients. The third biggest mistake that I made is, funny enough, not sending enough emails. Now, what do I mean by that? You don't want to overdo it, but when it comes to specific automations and specific flows, for example, like I have on my screen here, like with my welcome flow, I used to just send out one email that says, welcome to the list. Now we actually expand that welcome flow all the way up to 12 emails. And why do we do that? Because it builds trust. When you have one welcome email sent out, cool, you built trust with some people. And when you have a great story, you want to show it off to your subscribers. And here, with our welcome flow, instead of sending one email, we send 12. The second one goes over how we are, who we are, how we got started, what makes our brand different. We throw a little bit of discounts in there, a little bit of promotion just to get things rolling. But after that, we still provide a lot of value with our emails and make sure that our customers are more familiar with our brand, because when they're more familiar with our brand, they are more likely to buy from our brand. And the same thing goes with abandoned cart. Instead of sending one abandoned cart email, we send 4, because one is just a check-in. The other one is talking about product use cases, testimonials, things like that, adding social proof, then adding a little bit of FOMO, and then adding in a customer support angle to see if they have any questions. So expanding your flows is important. And, feel free to take a screenshot of this strategy. I don't care. This is pretty widespread across the internet at this point, but you want to expand your flows because that's going to lead to more nurture with the customer, which means more sales down the road. The fourth mistake that I made with a lot of my emails, and that one is just personalization. There's a lot of ways that you can personalize your emails. Instead of just saying, hey, or hey all, or hey there, you would actually want to collect your customer's first name, at least, maybe their birthday, and as well as where they live, and maybe even their gender if possible, because then you can tailor specific emails based off of those personality data points. Like, for example, with one of our customers, the product that they sell has different benefits for male and female. Well, those benefits are the same, but male and female care about different benefits. Like, for example, with female, they care more about their skin health and the collagen that they receive from the product, versus with male, the benefits that they get there is just increased testosterone, increased libido. So you can see if you didn't have that personalized point of their gender, you won't be able to have tailored messages based off of those specific or the specific gender. Same thing with their name. A person's favorite thing to be called is their name. So if you have their name, you are more likely to get a better response when that's the first thing they see in their inbox. Like, John, you got to check this out. Or, John, we have a new sale, or we have a new product being launched. They're more likely to open it because they see their name. And we've seen countless of good case studies to back that up. So make sure you use personalization to its utmost degree when sending out your email campaigns. Number 5, and this one is a sneaky one. Why do I say this? Is because most people don't really think about it. And this is deleting and cleaning up your list. Now, I'm not saying you have to delete the whole list, but cleaning up your suppressed list can do so much wonders for you. Number 1, you pay way less for your software because you don't have that many contacts in it being stored. For example, why pay Klaviyo or MailChimp for 50,000 contacts when 25,000 of those are not even being sent to? And number 2 is when those people are unsubscribed, bounced, they're not going to get your emails anymore. So why have them on your list? And same thing is with people that are not as engaged with your list. When people aren't as engaged with your list, you definitely want to, send them a win-back flow like I have over here, checking in on them, seeing if everything's okay. But, if they're not responsive to that win-back flow, then it's best to get them off your list, because when people aren't opening up your email, it shows a signal to Google, Yahoo, Apple Mail, etc., that people aren't interested in opening up your emails. So they're going to show your emails a lot less to other users, hurting your open rates, hurting your click-through rates, and hurting your revenue. So having those people that are stale and aren't responsive and aren't engaging with your email list, get them off your list. Make sure that you have a segment set up that if they haven't engaged with your email list in the last 120 to 180 days, then get them off your list, or at least take them through the win-back flow. If they're still not responsive, delete them. We have a quarterly cleanup with all of our clients to make sure that we're not over sending to email contacts that aren't, engaging. Number 6 is a little bit more subjective, but having variety in their design. So a lot of brands think email is a one and done solution. They set up an email template and they're like, okay, cool, we're only going to be sending that email template from now on. Great idea, but not really. Here's why. Because people get used to seeing the same exact thing, and that's just the nature of the world. We are living in 2023, and our attention spans are only getting shorter. So when you see the same thing, you get tired of it. You're less likely to open it, and you're not really going to interact with it. So for example, if you see this exact same template of, headline, t-shirts, more images, and Instagram at the bottom, the first email, cool, great open rate. Second, third, fourth, fifth, not looking good. So you'd want to have design variety. And one of the best go-to softwares or online tools that I use is Really Good Emails. And I love it because they have so much different design variety that you can take a lot of inspiration from what they have from all different types of brands. So for example, you can go to, let's say just skincare, for example. You look that up and you have a bunch of different skincare emails that you can take inspiration from all different types of niches. So if you're not using this, I highly recommend utilizing it because it's just another way for you to get inspired and have different variations in your email templates. And lastly, this one is very important, and it's kind of a mindset shift that I had to make personally within my agency, is not talking to the customer directly. Now, granted, you may be writing to the customer, but you're not speaking to the customer. Now, what is the difference? Writing to the customer, meaning you're writing an email and, you just sent it off. Speaking to the customer is actually understanding what the customer is going through, specifically your ideal customer, and speaking to them in a way like they're a person rather than a corporation talking to them. You want to make your email sound like, it's just like I'm talking to another person. And how do you actually write your emails to be like that? Well, it's very simple. When you're sitting down to write your emails, imagine yourself as if you're in a coffee shop sitting directly across from your ideal customer. That is going to help you be put in such a good mindset that you can actually write your emails in a way that they're very personal. One thing you could do is maybe even have your ideal customer avatar on your computer screen or staring at you, or maybe have like a little paper cutout, so that way it's more personable and you can actually have like maybe more direct eye contact. It may sound a little weird, but when you write emails that your ideal customer can actually resonate with and read and understand, you're going to see way better results with your email marketing because your customer feels heard, feels understood. And that's exactly what you're trying to go for when you're sending out your emails. Now, we're pretty much at the end here, and I said I'll have a bonus tip, and this one is actually crucial. And this bonus tip actually involves utilizing a different channel from email, and this is SMS messages. Now, you've heard all the rage about how to set up SMS campaigns or how to send them, and every single email platform has SMS, but here, utilizing SMS as a specific channel is crucial for you, and not only as sole campaigns, but integrating them into your flows as a follow-up. We see this work really, really well with our clients when we're utilizing them as a follow-up to our abandoned cart emails, our welcome flow emails, our win-back emails, our cross-sell emails, mainly because it's another way to automate the SMS messages, but it's a different touch point to hit the customer with. So utilize SMS effectively. And I hope you utilize all of these different things and don't make the same exact mistakes as I did. Thanks again for watching. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe so that way you're caught up on all the latest email and SMS marketing training. If you liked the video, hit the like button and leave a comment on what your favorite part of the video was. If you want to learn more about email and SMS marketing, I run a newsletter where I publish our internal strategies and the latest email and SMS tactics. You can get them straight into your inbox every week by subscribing and signing up with the link down in the description. And if you want to stay up to date with anything email and SMS, just follow me on Twitter. The link is down below in the description as well. With that said, I'm Nikita, and I'll see you in the next video.